embracing pain and uncertainty are the catalyst for you to break the illusions within your consciousness. Until you have honored this to the absolute fullest, you will always be stuck in security and comfort, and at the cost of your fullest expression, guys. In this video, what we are going to be talking about is the walls that you have created in your mind, the limitations, the fears. It takes pain to break them down and for you to face the fullest of yourself, guys. And it takes you honoring the unknown for you to walk that new path and to honor what is on the inside, so you're not pulled back into security and comfort. So we will be going in depth of pain, in depth of uncomfortability, how to build it, how to grow it, and some signs that you are stuck, guys, in your body. My name is Hunter from Hunter's Here. I want to tell you a story of my life and some of my wounding and insecurities that I had to go through and experience. And with pain, guys, there's a lot of different types of pain: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And I've always had an openness to experience it, and I pushed myself physically. But when the mental stuff came out, I ran from it, I avoided it, and I shut down. And because I did that internally with myself, I did that with other people, guys. When they would bring some of those reflections from their truth and their authenticity, it created a lot of pain. Right? And I was so sensitive to criticism. When people would say something, I would feel it, and I would create this really strong connection. And instead of just owning it, communicating it, I shut down. I had a fear of exposing that. And it created a lot of walls within my relationships. I pushed people away. I isolated. And at the end, guys, I was lonely and I was immensely frustrated. And then when I would try to reconnect to people after experiencing this pain, it created a lot of hot and cold behavior. And it wasn't until I started doing this work and healing and facing myself, guys. My sense of self is better than ever. My connections are more authentic. And guys, just having detachment within there and honoring that is an all-time high for me. And I want to guide you through it, because the freedom and the expression and the expansion that comes from that is next level, guys. Next level, next level. So we're going to dive into that to help you gain some of these things. And so, guys, pain is one of your most powerful teachers, if you have the courage to honor it, to embrace it. And people typically don't change unless they have felt a crazy amount of pain. Pain is an indicator like, hey, there's something more, there's something you're missing. And yet, guys, most people run from it. They push it down, they hide it, they try to numb it out through all these substances, whether it's alcohol, whether it's marijuana, different addictions, or they just push it down instead of feel it because it's uncomfortable, it's challenging, right? And guys, if you keep doing that, you are denying your fullest expression. And so you need to start reframing it and challenging it. It's like, pain, this is a wonderful teacher. Let's dive in with a curiosity, no judgment. Where's this coming from? And how can I keep expanding it, guys? Because wherever you have pain, there's weakness. There's something that you need to strengthen and build and grow within your body. And if you approach it from that mindset, you're going to become stronger. You're going to love pain in a sense, because it's such a powerful tool for growth. And you know it's a part of life. It's a reality. You keep honoring it. You keep moving with it. And guys, the good relationship with it, you have to have it. You can't avoid it. You have to love it, love the fullness of it, love the expansion of it, because it is such a powerful tool. And the better relationship you have with pain, the better relationship you have with life. Honor it and cherish it, and you can continue to grow it and cultivate it. And now, guys, another important part in this: pain is meant for you to break down some of these walls that you've built, these beliefs, these mindset, these fears. And until you can embrace a certain level or the fullness of it, your wall will never come down. You might get close, but until you experience the fullness of it and break it down, it allows you to see the truth, a higher reality, and gives you more momentum for creation. What are you stepping into? What do you see? What's your newest vision? What's your newest truth? And it's always changing and evolving, guys. And after you've broken down enough of these walls through pain and vision and clarity, They're not really walls anymore, it's just a field. Things can come in, things can come out, they're much more open. But the longer that you keep that wall alive through your false beliefs, your false fears, and avoiding, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's much more difficult to break. So it is your duty to keep honoring the pain, because the pain will intensify until you reach that point. And this is meant for your growth. Honor it and cherish it. And we're going to be talking about another key part, guys. This is unknown, embracing the unknown and embracing uncertainty. This is important, guys, because that's life. You have no idea how things are going to play out. There's so many variables outside your control, and you can't put how things should be. You just have to accept them how they are. And that's full spectrum, guys. The good, the bad, the in-between. And the more that you start approaching life like that, well, you get so much freedom. You don't have to try and control everyone, how they're going to show up, their reactions. You just get to see them for who they are. And in that, you have so much detachment and freedom. And it allows you to do that with yourself too, guys. It's a beautiful practice, and you get to put your time and energy into things you can control, which this will help you build. I'll get into that in just a moment. But when you're creating new pathways, when you're doing new actions and creating new visions, for it to be embodied, you have to continue to choose it. Even though your body's screaming, oh, this doesn't feel good, this is something new, I'm not responding well to this. Do you have the courage to keep showing up and keep embracing the uncertainty? No validation from the universe yet. It's not embodied yet, but you keep choosing it, right? And for example, say in relationships, right, your pattern is you hate communication, talking about stuff, because it brings fear that challenges are going to arise, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be painful, they're going to abandon you. But if you sit with that fear and you keep moving forward anyway, no, intellectually and through my soul, I know this is the higher path. I'm deeply uncomfortable right now, but I know this is in my highest truth, and this is how I honor myself, this is how I love myself, and start taking steps for that to become a reality. I'm going to choose it. I'm going to keep choosing it, even though it's uncertain. I don't know what's going to happen. I know this is a higher path, and I keep choosing it. And eventually, guys, it will be comfortable and you will embrace it, and that'll be the easy path for you. Easy path. And guys, I already mentioned the freedom of it, and that's the best part, guys. You have so much control and empowerment of your own vessel. And how do you know you're stuck, right? How do you know you have certain fears or certain limitations and you're just kind of in a rut, right? One, if you have a bad relationship to pain, I promise you, you have walls and barriers that you need to see and embrace and experience, guys, because it allows you to strengthen it. Just sit with it, everything. Sit with the thoughts that come up. I'm not good enough. I'm a piece of shit. I'm broken. Or the emotions of shame and guilt and different parts of yourself. Just feel into it, witness it, and then love it, guys. Change your relationship to pain. And how you do that? By consciously going past it, right? Do one more rep in the gym. Physical and pushing yourself that way is such a good way. Or mentally with the thoughts or various addictions. And this is where discipline comes in, and it is built. It is a muscle like no other. Let's build it and let's grow it. If you are defensive or hostile towards yourself and other people, this is an attack energy, because the wall is starting to become entrenched and threatened. And so it's going to do everything it can to stay alive. Do you have the courage to not attack or be defensive? This could be ego. I want to be right. This is my reality. This is the highest truth, versus a curiosity, versus breaking that wall down. That is from fear and from control. If you will, and love, guys, is calm. Love is grounded. Love is welcoming of everything. So if you notice you're sensitive to criticism, or you criticize other people, or you judge other people, you have some walls and beliefs and limitations that are getting challenged. Sit with that, honor that, because that's going to give you a whole new truth, and start breaking down that wall, guys. Start breaking it down so you are operating at your highest capacity. And if you're anxious or fearful in your body, that is a sign too that you're not grounded and centered in yourself, and you're holding on to something. And so you don't need to push stuff away. You don't need to push them down. You don't need to run. You don't need to hide. Even at your worst side, if you love it and it's integrated, you own it because you're taking steps every day for your highest truth, your highest alignment. And if you're anxious, you haven't built that calmness and that structure within yourself. And so some of the best things you could do to help build this, guys, in terms of pain and uncertainty and the unknown, is you have to build yourself and you have to build your relationship with God. Those are the only two things you can control. And when those are in high integrity, high truth, everything is reflected from there. Everything is a lot more graceful and peaceful, and your ability to detach and honor and see and embrace and love is transformational. Because how do you expect to handle uncertainty if you have uncertainty within yourself and uncertainty with God? You won't be able to. Versus those are so grounded and centered, you will be able to handle any adversity, challenge, opportunity, pain, uncertainty in your life, because the two things that you have control over, they're built to a very high caliber and truth. This comes with prayer, connecting to God, your relationship to God, the relationship to yourself, knowing yourself, your values, your roadmap, your beliefs, your wounding, know everything in you, because then when it comes up, you already have such a good familiarity with it in a relationship, and you love it, guys. You have to love it. You have to love it. And guys, this work is so important because everything changes once you start doing it, and you are worthy of your highest truth and to step into who you are inside. Break down the walls, honor pain to the fullest to allow that process to happen, and embrace uncertainty. So guys, you could choose your new path and allow it to be embodied. Let me work with you one-on-one so we step into your radiance. We break down some of those beliefs, some of those avoidant patterns, and we give you the tools and sustainable actions that you could take to build your sense of self so you are always choosing your highest path. Work with me one-on-one and we will begin the work. Always choose your light. Empowerment. Blessings.